Light, basically what creates any image, video, film. And today I'm going to share with you the basics of it. A few lighting techniques, tips and tricks how to use the light that you have more efficiently when lighting a face, an interview or a talking head like this one. Through the past years I have gathered somewhat of a solid knowledge about lighting a face, starting from talking heads in my home, in my old studio, through documentary interviews and any kind of ads. Now, is it gonna be a deep dive about lighting? Depends what you define as a deep dive, but I will make sure that we will cover the basics of shaping a light, because when we know the basics of how anything works, we can only then be creative with it. Strap in and let's go! With light, we are basically trying to create depth into the image. But how well could we do that if we don't have depth at first place? So before setting your light, make sure you have enough space between the subject, in which case it's me, and the background, the wall. Now, sometimes that's hard if you're working with a small room, but here is a little tip of how you can make the most out of the space that you have. And it is to just turn the perspective diagonally to the room, to the edge of the walls. And that way, automatically, you will have a bit more space to create that depth in the room that you're trying to create at first place. Usually I don't shoot here because I don't have that much space, but you can see how, if you want, you can create depth in any room and in any space. Once you have dialed in the space between you, your subject and the background, it is time to take care of your light source. I'm using the Nanlite FS series, basically the cheaper version of the Forza, but works as a charm. Now, beside good light, it is good to invest in softbox, as that will help you shape the light and control it better. But even if you don't have softbox, there are a few tricks to work around that and still create great scene and soft lighting. But first, I'm going to show you how to use it with a softbox. Typically, you would want to have your light at 45 degrees from the face of the subject. That way you will have highlights and shadow part of the face and altogether a good depth of the face. See, filming and creating images, it is all about the dimension and the depth. Great, we've got the softbox, but now all of the light is spilling not only at my face but everywhere in the room. And here comes the grid, another instrument that helps you shape the light. What it essentially does, it stops the light from spilling in every direction and narrows its way only to the direction of where the light is aiming at. And that way you can better separate the subject from the background. All about depth, people! The cool thing about using light is that after it lands on a surface, depending what kind of color the surface is, it can bounce off of it. So by using a white cardboard or a reflector on the shadow side of the face, you can fill up those shadows with a bit of light and you're not stuck with completely black shadows. Of course, it depends on what kind of mood and shot you're going for. You can want something more cinematic and moody. I can touch on that in a future video, you know, the different styles and way of filming a scene. Would you like to see a second part of this video? Let me know in the comments below. Okay, back on track. As I said, light reflects in different ways from every surface. For example, you can see how this warm bulb is reflecting off of my face and you're getting that nice highlight separating me from the background. Reflection. Light reflects, it bounces off and you can use that to shape it the way you want. And also, here is a little bonus tip. If you don't have enough light for the background to set the atmosphere, just use a mirror, place it at the right angle and reflect the light you already have. And just like that, you have one more light for the background. You gotta work with what you have. Okay, let's move to a few ways of using a film light without a softbox. But first, have you noticed how, besides separating me from the background with good lighting, I'm separating the chapters of the different techniques of this video. All of this is possible because of the sponsor of today's video, and that is Motion Array, an all-in-one platform, an instrument for every content creator that gives you unlimited access to motion graphics, sound effects, music, footage, and plugins. And not only that you have unlimited access to licensed assets, but it is also extremely easy to use them. I just went on there, find the graphic template that works for me, downloaded it for seconds, and with already ready template, I just created the different chapters of this video in After Effects. So I'm stoked that such a cool platform is sponsoring this video, and they have something special for you. If you go to the link in my description and sign up through the link, you can get $50 of your annual subscription. So what you're waiting for? Go out there and start creating with Motion Array. Okay, let's get back to it. How you gonna shape a light if you don't have a softbox? Well, one way is to just use a diffuser. You put it in front of the light and you will get nice and diffused light. But if you want to get a step further, you can create a light setup called in the film industry a book light. To put it shortly, you will blast the light that you have at a white bedroom sheet, and on the other side you will put a diffusion through which the already reflected light from the white sheet will go through. The diffusion that I'm using usually covers up the mess over there, so excuse me, I will take care of it in the near future. In the end, you will have something like a big diffused light that is wrapping around your face, the face of your subject, and it really makes the skin tones pop and look really soft and soothing. And that's why it is called a book light, because it wraps around like a book and the whole construction actually looks like a book. If you make interviews and you have the needed space for such kind of light, I would go for it. Just look how well the face is lit. And to wrap it up, that was it, covering the basics of shaping a light with a softbox or what you have in hand. And the next one could be not just about the techniques, but the different styles of lighting a scene. Comment down below if there is anything else you would like to know about it. I hope this video was useful. I'm glad that I had the chance to share my knowledge. And now is your time to share this video. Do the deeds, like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Lights off.